leaning to the right with the bass up loud. I slide, glide, choking on that lethal.
2 miles per hour, so everybody sees you.
Ride, got the top let down, leaning to the right with the bass up loud. I slide, glide, choking on that lethal.
2 miles per hour, so everybody sees you.
I ride, got the top let down, leaning to the right with the bass up loud. I slide, glide, choking on that lethal.
2 miles per hour, so everybody sees you.
Ride, got the top let down, leaning to the right with the bass up loud. I slide, glide, choking on that lethal.
2 miles per hour, so everybody sees you.
Yeah, what you need to do right now,
2 miles per hour,
if you
so
do
everybody
have any kind of convertibility in your life.
Yo. What up? Let me see, we ain't really got nobody in here like that yet, okay? You know what I'm saying? Come on in the building. This is the post-fight reaction. Give me a second. Let me get some light up in here. Yo. What's happening with it? This the post-fight show. Man, we had a lot of fights go on. Tonight, man, it was popping. Boxing was lit tonight. So this the post-fight show. So we definitely gonna get into it, Hold on, y'all. Right now, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing the show at the same time. Right now, if y'all want me to, well, I know y'all probably ain't even really, you know what I'm saying? I know y'all probably really ain't interested, but right now, Nate Diaz, he about to fight Jorge Masvidal in boxing. We had a lot of fights go on tonight, but this is the post-fight reaction. I'm gonna chop it up about, what I felt and what I saw from the Shakur fight tonight. So, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna react to all of that, man. Abdullah Mason, O'Shaquie Foster, Keyshawn Davis. If y'all didn't know, you need to check out my show that I'm doing to keep y'all up on all the fights that's going down. I let everybody know Carmel Moulton was fighting tonight, man. That young boy showed out. So it was a lot of fights going on, man. Shane Mosley Jr., he just beat Daniel Jacobs. Yeah, so it's been a lot of fights going on, man. Ryan Garcia brother, Sean Garcia got stopped tonight. Amado Vargas, Fernando Vargas' son, stopped Sean Garcia tonight, to the body. So, man, we got a lot to talk about. It's a whole bunch of haters in the building. I already can, you know what I'm saying? I could smell a hater from a mile away. It's a whole bunch of it's haters, crowded in the building. Yeah. Make sure for the rest of y'all that ain't in here to, just hate. Make sure you smash the like button. Salute to everybody in the building. Landy 30, what's happening with it? Let me see. Ace, what it do? Rose, Money, what it do? Teach in the building. So it was a lot of boxing that went on tonight, man. Deshaun, what's happening with it? KG, what it do? Man, right here real quick, man. Nate Diaz and Jorge Masvidal. I'm kind of interested in this because, it's boxing still. I want to see what Jorge Masvidal can do with Nate Diaz. So I'm watching this fight on my phone right now. This is on while we doing this show, but I'm definitely going to give y'all a breakdown. I'm trying to wait for more people to get in the building. I picked Nate Diaz to beat Jorge Masvidal. Nate Diaz is the underdog in this fight because Masvidal beat him in MMA and beat him up bad, but this is boxing. It's different. So we're going to see what go down in this fight. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on this the same time while I'm doing the show. You know, it's a 10-round bout. And I think they fighting at light heavyweight. So, yeah, man, let's get into it. So, Top Rank, man, they put on some big fights tonight. Hell of a fight card. Let's talk about, first of all, Abdullah Mason, man. Abdullah Mason, man, he came in and he fought Henry LeBron. LeBron was not no pushover. I've seen LeBron fight on several different occasions, man, and LeBron could fight his ass off. Well, I ain't gonna say that. Let me take that back. I'm putting too much of sauce on LeBron. LeBron, he could fight a little bit. You know, he was tough. The other fights that I seen him in. So I thought that he was gonna give Abdullah Mason a good test. I thought that Abdullah Mason, if he got him up out of there, I thought it would be late, right? I thought that LeBron had a good chance to survive against Abdullah Mason. But I was wrong. Because Abdullah Mason, the young gun, came out there and showed that, man, he's on a whole nother level. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, Abdullah Mason came out. I think I'm having internet problems. My internet quality, I don't know what's going on, man. Let me know if my internet keep messing up. Somebody that's in here, let me know if my internet keep going in and out because it's showing me I'm having internet problems. I don't know why. Let me know if my internet is going out. Cano, you can hear me good. Can you see me? Let me know if my internet is good. You said I'm freezing up? Okay, yeah, because, man, I don't know. Maybe it's because my son, maybe because I got like a lot. My son got I don't know what it is, man. I know he's streaming some cartoons and shit. So, but anyway, let's get back to it, man. Abdullah Mason, man, I knew Abdullah Mason was him. But I ain't gonna lie, man, he even surprised me by what he did and how early he did it, man. Abdullah Mason came out there once again against an opponent that I thought that May could go the distance with Abdullah, and Abdullah got him out of there, man. That young kid is sharp. He's offensively gifted. He's defensively gifted. His punch accuracy is on point. He not only goes up top, he goes to the body, and man, that kid is special. Abdullah Mason is special, man, and a lot of people will tell you that he stole the show tonight. He definitely put on probably the most impressive performance, you know, on the Top Rank card. But like I said, you had on another card, you know, a card that's still going on right now. Like I said, Jorge Masvidal versus Nate Diaz in a 10-round light heavyweight bout. They boxing right now as we speak. But on that card, you had Kermel Moton. Kermel Moton, he showed out too. Kermel Moton went in there and man, he beat the brakes off a guy that was supposed to be step-up competition for him also, man. Kermel Moton went out there, man, and he just showed how explosive he is. And he just got all-around skills also. So Kermel Moton and Abdullah Mason, to me, along with Keyshawn Davis, because you know, Keyshawn Davis, man, he put on too, but we're going to get to the Keyshawn Davis fight after this. But Kermel Moton and Abdullah Mason, man, they went out there and they showed that they are the next ones. You know what I'm saying? They might be now. You feel me? I think both of them fighters, man, you can move them very fast because both of them are special. They special talents, and I don't think, special talents like that, you got to wait too long to start putting them in there with top competition. I say another year to year and a half. I want to see Kermel Moton and Abdullah Mason in there, with the top guys in their weight division, because they're that good. They're that good. You know what I'm saying? Kevin Johnson, man, I had him on the show. I forgot about him. Kevin Johnson, I had him on the show. And he was talking a lot. Now, I can't really break down Kevin Johnson's fight. I'm gonna have to go back and watch it because he fought Kelvin Davis. He lost. I can't really break down that fight because the fights came on so early. I was having to get ready for a party. You know what I'm saying? My birthday was Monday. You know what I mean? So I celebrated on the weekend, and then my nephew's birthday is tomorrow. So my sister, she threw a get together for me and my nephew's birthday. So I didn't know the fights was coming on there early, and I was getting ready to attend the the get together that my sister was throwing for me and my nephew for our birthdays. So I didn't get to watch Kevin Thunderstorm Johnson versus Kelvin Davis, but I know that he didn't come out with the victory. So I can't really assess that fight. But moving along, man, Keyshawn Davis, and I'm talking to y'all while watching this fight between Nate Diaz and Jorge Masvidal. But Keyshawn Davis, so if y'all see me looking away from the camera, that's why I'm looking away. Keyshawn Davis, man, to me, he went out there and he put on a hell of a performance, man. Keyshawn Davis got a whole lot of dog in him. He showed it. And for those who don't know his opponent, right? I was going to do a betting show for y'all. But I didn't get around to doing the betting show for y'all because I had so much going on. But from now on, I'm probably going to do some betting shows for y'all also. But so everybody that don't have your bell icon turned on, make sure you turn the bell icon on so you get my notifications. Because I'm finna be turning it up for y'all. But I was gonna do a betting show, but I didn't get around to it. But I did my studying, right? I went and I studied a lot of these fights, and I studied Keyshawn Davis's opponent, and I knew that Keyshawn Davis's opponent was hella tough. I picked Keyshawn Davis to win on points because when I went back and studied the fighter that he was fighting, I can't think of his name. When I went back and studied him, I watched several of his fights. One of his fights that I watched was him against Steve Claggett. So Keyshawn Davis's opponent, he had fought Steve Claggett, and man, they went to war. Steve Claggett hit this guy with everything in the kitchen. I probably seen Steve Claggett land about 300 solid, clean punches, and the dude kept coming and kept coming and kept coming, and he wouldn't stop. So I knew that Keyshawn Davis most likely wasn't going to get the stoppage. But Keyshawn Davis, man, he can fight. He can fight, man. Keyshawn Davis can fight his ass off. He loves to let his hands go. He got a lot of dog in him. He gonna fight with you. He got very good defense also. Keyshawn Davis, man, got the whole arsenal, and he continued to get better, man. And shout out to Bomac. Shout out to Bomac, man, because Bomac, man, everybody that he's training that stay with him, they showing, man, they getting better and better. Kelvin Davis, he getting better and better because he wasn't that good. Kelvin Davis, he wasn't that good from the jump, and the little bit that I've seen of him, he's got a lot better since he started training with Bomac. Keyshawn Davis has improved tremendously, and man, I love that fight that he put on, man. He put on a hell of a performance to me against a guy that was tough, hella durable, could punch, you know what I'm saying, was not gonna stop coming forward no matter what you did to him. You was just gonna have to basically just beat him to death for him to stop. And Keyshawn Davis almost did that, man. Yeah, Keyshawn Davis is a threat. So y'all talking about, oh, he clout chasing and all. Nah, Keyshawn Davis is a real threat to anybody. Of course, he's still improving, still got work to do. You know, he's still young, but man, I can see why Teofimo Lopez refuses to fight him. I definitely can see that. You know, Teo better stay far away from Keyshawn Davis, because I believe right now Keyshawn Davis will beat Teofimo Lopez. But yeah, man. So as far as the top performances of the night, I got to give it to Abdullah Mason, Carmel Moten, and Keyshawn Davis. They all put on hell of a performance. Even though Keyshawn Davis didn't get the stoppage, he put on a masterclass beatdown, and that's what you want to see, man. That's what you want to see. So for those in the building, man, smash the like button. Smash on the like button. You know, it don't cost nothing. Smash the like button, man. So yeah, man, that's what I think about those fights. And then I'm gonna get to some of the comments. Let me talk about O'Shaquie Foster, man. So O'Shaquie Foster, man, I actually picked Robinson Conceição to beat O'Shaquie Foster. I thought that Robinson Conceição would come and pull the upset. I've seen O'Shaquie Foster in some tough fights lately, right? Robinson Conceição, I've seen him in a lot of tough fights, but I knew that Robinson Conceição, man, he was going to be aggressive. And I knew he could fight also, right? I knew he was tough, and he was a come forward fighter that was going to be continue to come forward, right? So I picked Robinson Conceição to win, but that's not how the fight turned out, and we all seen that fight. Robinson Conceição was doing the same shit repeatedly over and over and over. He couldn't get around O'Shaquie Foster's shoulder roll. O'Shaquie Foster's shoulder roll was giving Robinson Conceição problems, a lot of problems. He couldn't get past that shoulder roll. Hold on, y'all. So yeah, man, Robinson Conceição couldn't get past his shoulder roll. And I'm watching the fight, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? Why can't you get past this man's shoulder roll? You know what I'm saying? It was crazy, man. I thought that Robinson Conceição was going to put on a better performance than he did. He came out, and I gave Robinson Conceição probably like 3 rounds. You know what I'm saying? I gave him a couple of the early rounds, and he might have got one in the middle. But other than that, he didn't win no more than 3 rounds. Like I said, he was doing the same shit over and over. He couldn't get past O'Shaquie's shoulder roll. O'Shaquie continued to shoulder roll, counter him, circle around him, and he just outboxed him. And I thought that O'Shaquie Foster looked good doing it. Now, it wasn't an exciting fight, you know, but for those who are, you know, boxing pugilists and understand, you know, pure boxing, O'Shaquie Foster, he put on a good performance and did what he had to do to get the win and comfortably get the win. And they robbed him. Even though I picked Robinson Conceição to win the fight, we know he didn't win the fight. He got robbed. You know what I'm saying? He got flat out robbed, you know what I'm saying, with no ski mask on, robbed that boy. And I felt bad for O'Shaquie Foster, man. I felt real bad for O'Shaquie Foster because shit like that is uncalled for. It was just uncalled for to rob that man like that. And when you see him clearly get the victory and clearly outbox Robinson Conceição on all levels. Now, I don't know if this was get back for them robbing Conceição, because I thought that Conceição got robbed against Navarrete. A lot of people thought he got robbed against Oscar Valdez. I thought that Oscar Valdez, came back down the stretch to pull out the victory. But I don't know what it was, but this was a clear victory for O'Shaquie Foster. And you just hate to see some shit like that happen, especially when somebody win that clearly. Like that shit was this is the problem in boxing. You know what I'm saying? Every week, something like this happens in boxing, and it just puts a black eye on the sport. Ain't no way nobody could watch that fight and give that fight to Robinson Conceição. That shit was it was pitiful, man. But as far as that fight being the co-main event, I mean, it didn't live up to co-main event status, especially when you had a performance like what Keyshawn Davis put on, and a performance like Abdullah Mason put on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like I said, I didn't see Kevin Johnson versus Kelvin Davis, but yeah, when it wasn't an exciting fight, but he clearly won. Now, y'all smash my like button for everybody that's in the building, because we're gonna get to Shakur Stevenson versus Artem. We're gonna get to that fight. Smash my like button. Smash my like button, y'all. Yeah, man. So Shakur Stevenson, man, I let it be known to everybody that Shakur Stevenson was gonna have to go out there and put on a spectacular performance in the situation that he's in, right? He said he was gonna go out there and put a spectacular performance on. I told everybody Shakur wasn't gonna be too much moving around. He wasn't gonna do too much moving around the ring. And he didn't. The first 2 rounds he came out and he was moving around the ring. First maybe 2 or 3 rounds, wasn't really letting his hands go, was moving a lot. And I was telling everybody I was watching where I said he's trying to figure Harutyunyan out. So I'm like, okay, well, once he figure him out, he gonna come and he gonna put on a dominating performance. And I told y'all that's what I expected from him. I either expected him to dominate and beat this guy up for 12 solid rounds, or for him to go out there and get the knockout. And I really expected him to go out there and get the knockout. That's that's what I was looking for him to get the knockout. So watching the fight, and I'm around people that are casual fans, around people that really don't watch boxing like that, but they was watching boxing tonight. We was at a party. Everybody was watching boxing, and nobody was impressed, right? Nobody was like impressed, like, oh my God, this is exciting. He putting on a hell of a performance. And that's what Shakur Stevenson needed to do with the situation that he was in, right? He needed to go out there and impress the casual audience. We don't no longer live in a day and age to where you could be a Pernell Sweet Pea Whitaker, where you could be a Money Mayweather and those type of fighters and still get respect from the casual fan base. It's a whole different fan base, and fans want to see you go out there if you got a big name and put on exciting performances, especially if you talk like Shakur do, because Shakur, like I said, man, we gotta I hold everybody accountable, right? I know that Shakur was hurt his last fight, so I wasn't really tripping on that, right? I hold everybody accountable. If you say that you're gonna go out there and dominate and put on a showcase performance, well, that's what we gotta hold you accountable. And what I saw from Shakur, man, yes, did he beat Artem up? Yeah. I mean, he picked him apart, beat him easily, right? Artem was on the back foot. Artem was trying to survive, but the thing about it is you let him survive. I felt that Shakur Stevenson, man, was right there in the pocket with him, right? Defense was on point in the pocket and at mid-range. Didn't do hardly no moving like that. He had Artem on the back foot for the majority of the fight, but I didn't feel like that Shakur Stevenson put his offense together. He was going to the body very, very well. I seen him hurting Artem Harutyunyan to the body. He was hurting Artem to the body. But when he would hurt him, he wasn't stepping on the gas and putting together combinations. He was more so looking for one shot. And the thing is you got to understand what type of fighter you are. You're not a Gervonta Davis one-shot knockout artist. There's different styles of fights, and you can't let these fans, right? Because this is what a lot of fighters do with social media nowadays. They tend to let fans get them out of their game. So Shakur's in there trying to produce a one-shot knockout blow either to the body or the head instead of just putting his punches together, his combinations together, and getting this guy up out of there, because he didn't want to. He was just trying to survive. He knew that Shakur, once he was in there with Shakur, and Shakur showed him that he was on a whole different level than him, this guy wouldn't try. He was trying to survive. Shakur, man. So like, if you just in a position to where you just want to win a fight comfortably, and that's what he did. He won comfortably. He beat the guy up, but it wasn't impressive to where, like Keyshawn Davis, right? Keyshawn Davis, he beat his opponent up, but he did it in an impressive fashion. I think that Shakur Stevenson needed to cut the ring off a lot more. I think that Shakur Stevenson needed to let his hands go a lot more when he got in range, because it was a lot of times he would get in range, right? He was parrying the punches, catching and shoot. He was catching, but he wasn't shooting. If you catching them and you walking the man down, where's your offense behind that, right? Where's your jab? He didn't even use a jab this fight. Like, that's another thing from Shakur, man. Like, where was your jab tonight? So what I got out of the fight is I don't think Shakur was expected to be in the ring with a fighter that was gonna move. I think Shakur is used to either having fighters come to him to where he could use his legs, move in and out, right? Or fighting stationary fighters that's going to be right in front of him, like an Oscar Valdez, right? And he showed that, he wasn't really prepared to go in there and press a fighter and hunt down a fighter, cut off the ring, and stop a fighter that was actually on his wheels. Yeah, because Harutyunyan was he was fighting he was on the back foot. He was trying to stay away from Shakur. So what I learned from Shakur tonight is that he still has aspects of his game where he needs to improve. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody's not gonna fight the same. And we kind of saw that, right? Let me give y'all an example, right? We kind of saw that with Jaron Ennis when he fought that guy that was moving a lot. Jaron Ennis was having a hard time trying to cut off the ring against what was his name, Karen or something. But I think that Shakur had chances. He had a lot of chances in the fight to where when he could have let his hands go. And it was kind of like, I think that, man, defense is so embedded into Shakur's brain. He got to snap out of that. It's defense, but then now you gotta put the defense and offense together. You got to put it all together. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I just caught your comment. Salute to everybody in the building. Miss Just Do in the building. Salute Queen and Just Do Boxing in the building. Salute John Kramer. What it do? Trick Noty, what it do? He says Shakur likes to admire his work was invited to a sparring session. He had he said he doesn't punch through the target, likes to make you miss, but don't make you pay. Yeah, it's another thing. Like I said, he's relying so much on, one shot. Be looking pretty. He's accurate as hell. He'll land one shot, admire his work instead of pressing on the gas and putting them combinations together. That's what I like about that's what I love about Keyshawn Davis, because Keyshawn Davis, he puts his combinations together. You know what I'm saying? Now, of course, Shakur has much better defense than Keyshawn Davis, but Keyshawn Davis has a what do you call it? What I want to say? I'm trying to look for the word that I'm trying to use. Keyshawn Davis has a both, right? He has good defense, not great defense like Shakur. He has good defense, but he got great offense to go along with it. Shakur has great defense and he has good offense. But if you want to be, what you say you are, and I believe that Shakur is what he say he is, but you got to be able to put on the performances in 2024 that's going to please the crowd in order for you to get these fights, right? Because, dude, have I changed my mind on Shakur beating everybody at 135? Absolutely not. But the thing is, I know that today, in order to get these fights, right, and it's not so much getting them, in order to so people won't have excuses not to give you these fights, you got to put on exciting performances. And this was a fight, man, where I needed to see Shakur Stevenson show that fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Fuck it. I'm going all out, and I'm finna go out there and get this dude up out of here. And I'm going to give it everything that I have in me to get him up out of here, and I didn't see that. That's what more so disappointed me, because I felt like that, man, he still had so much more to give. You know what I'm saying? Like, you still had so much more to give, and I don't feel like that he emptied his whole bag out. I don't feel like he went out there and said, you know what? Fuck it. I'm on your helmet. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna press you. I'm finna cut off the ring. I'm finna let these motherfucking hands fly and get your ass up out of there. That's what I didn't see. And in a performance, right, with your back up against the wall, because fuck what the fans is talking about. I'm saying with your back up against the wall because you trying to impress these boxing promoters, right? You want to get that bag. You're a free agent or supposed to be a free agent. I don't know what he gonna do. You know what I'm saying? He got a difficult situation in order if he wants to leave Top Rank, because you got your co-promoter and your manager. They only work with Top Rank. So I don't know what he gonna do, but it's still, you want to make a case, even if you haven't inked another deal with Top Rank, you want to show out for them or whoever you're gonna be with. You want to show out so they can't deny you. And I don't think that he just dug deep down enough to give that performance. Yeah, man. I don't think that he dug deep enough to give that performance, man. And I think that's what he needed to do. I needed him to go out there and say, fuck it. I'm getting this guy up out of there. I didn't need to see, well, I'm winning easy. I'm beating him up. So, maybe I've said this in the past. I said the one only flaw, the biggest flaw that I see in Shakur is that he don't know how to finish an opponent off when he gets them hurt, right? I've said that on several different occasions. And he showed that he still have that problem not knowing how to finish an opponent off when he get him hurt. Everybody just not just gonna lay down and go. You know what I'm saying? You got to put your punches together. You got to put your combinations together. And you know, I don't know, man. I've seen Shakur in the past put his combinations together, but that's against more flat-footed fighters. So now you know that you got to go back to the gym and work on putting your combinations together against fighters that know how to move, right? That's not just gonna stand in front of you, because I heard him tonight. He said that he was expecting Harutyunyan to fight more. He said he wanted to stand in the middle of the ring basically and have him stand there and fight and bang it out. Well, you can't say that, because some people say that about you. And people gonna fight the way they gonna fight. So I'm gonna keep the same energy for everybody. I hate when people complain about a style a fighter brings to the ring, right? You gotta know how to, you know, go to plan B, C, or whatever it may be to nullify that style. And this was a fight where Shakur, he was supposed to either, like I said, beat the guy down to where we should have been coming on here saying he either stopped him or the referee should have stopped the fight. And you know, we coming on here. Shakur, to me, won every round. I think he won every round. He might have, you know what I'm saying, every round, maybe one round you could give to Harutyunyan, but it was an easy fight. He showed that he was on a different level than Harutyunyan. He showed he's on a different level than Frank Martin, because this is the same opponent that Frank Martin struggled with, you know what I'm saying, struggled with. Barely won a split decision, but like I said, man, the position that Shakur Stevenson was in with the boxing world, just overall, he needed to put on a more dominant performance, and it was right there for him to do. It was right there for him to do, and he just didn't dig down and put on that performance because he didn't let his hands go enough. He didn't use his jab. He barely used his jab tonight, and he didn't put combinations together like he should have. So that's how I feel about the fight. It don't change my position. I still think that Shakur beats everybody at 135, but the question is, how does he beat him? You know what I'm saying? The question is, how does he beat him? He showed that he could get in the pocket. That he showed that he could stand in the pocket and you still can't hit him. He showed that he could roll punches. But the thing is, when you roll the punch, when you catch the punch, you got to be shooting back. You know what I'm saying? You got to shoot back. And you got to pick up the offensive level. You are in tip-top condition, so it ain't your conditioning. You know, it's just when you got a mindset and you focus so much on being a masterclass defense performance, it's going to take more fights for Shakur to be in to get away from that mindset, to be able to put it all together. So he's still getting better. You know what I'm saying? He's still getting better. You know, he's still getting better. But do I think that any of these other fighters, like a Williams, a Peta, Pitbull, Cruz, or whoever the hell it may be at 135, do I think that any of these other fighters is going to get in the ring with him? No. They still not going to get in the ring with him. He showed that, okay, well, I don't have to move around the ring. I could be right in front of you, be aggressive, and you still can't beat me. So I think that as far as the fighters, because the fighter mind is different from a fan that ain't never been in the ring. Fans that ain't never been in the ring, they just run their mouth. Fighters know what it is. So if the fighters, when they see this, they gonna not want to fight Shakur more, even more so now. Because they like, okay, we seen him at 135 stay in the pocket, and he still was, you know, making the dude miss all his shots. But maybe these fighters will say, okay, well, I could take his power, so I got a chance to beat him. I don't know, but he won easy, put on a masterclass performance, but I wasn't impressed. Wasn't an impressive performance. It wasn't a performance to where, yeah, man. And I'm gonna tell y'all something else, man, while I'm hot. Because if Nate Diaz wins this fight right now, that it looked like that he's winning, Shakur Stevenson fucked up my parlay, man, and I would have won. Y'all ain't gonna believe this. I would have won $98,000 on a parlay if Shakur Stevenson had got the stoppage. If Nate Diaz win this fight, it's in the 10th round, and he winning right now. I would have won like $98,000 on the parlay. I'm sick. Man, I'm sick. Man. Man, yeah, man. God damn. And the thing is, if I had to pick Shakur to win by decision, it was better odds. You know what I'm saying? They had him favorite to get a knockout. It was better odds for him to win by a decision, and by the way that he was talking, the position that he was in, I was like, hey man, I know he gonna press on the gas and get this stoppage, but he didn't. He ain't do that, man. Goddamn. Like I said, we got a minute left in this Nate Diaz versus Jorge Masvidal. If Nate Diaz wins this fight, Shakur Stevenson didn't mess me out of $98-something thousand that I would have won on a hell of a parlay. Like, y'all will trip out if y'all see this parlay that I put together. Yeah, man. Shit crazy. Damn. Oh, well. Yeah, Shakur, man. Shit. I'm like, I really don't know what to say, man, because yeah, he went out there and he showed he was on a different level than Harutyunyan, right? He went out there and beat the dude easy, beat him every round. Went out there and I remember him saying that he was gonna make Harutyunyan run. He was gonna make him be in survival mode, and he did that. But like I said, offensively, he just didn't. He ain't. I don't know, man. He didn't leave it all in the ring offensively. Didn't leave it all in the ring. You know what I'm saying, man? And I need to still see where, because you so used to winning and beating everybody so easily. I needed to see you take it to the next level to where you say, I left it all in the ring, and he didn't do that. And I was disappointed in that, man. I was disappointed in that. Nate Diaz and Jorge Masvidal, that fight is ended. We're gonna see who wins this fight, man. Like I said, if Nate Diaz win, man, Shakur just fucked me out of 90-some bands, and we gonna find out right now, man. We gonna find out. But I can't even say Nate Diaz won because I'm doing the show, so it ain't like I'm sitting here watching the fight like I'm supposed to. I'm glancing at the fight here and there, so we'll see who wins. But if Nate Diaz win this fight, man, I'm gonna be sick, and I'm probably gonna shut this motherfucking show down for real. Josh Gallimore says Shakur Flowers, his mindset, he must tap into something different. It's not his mind. I mean, you can kind of say that, but it's when you focus so much on being a masterclass defensive fighter, even when you're walking your opponent down, right? Your defense is still on point, but you're not letting your hands go like you should, and you pop shotting and looking for one shot. So, you know, he's still and able to get out of that mode. You going, you know what I'm saying? You need to do it more in live action. PLG Sky is one of the biggest Shakur Stevenson haters. Just overly fanatic Tank. And you know, he says Shakur called Frank a C-class fighter, then went 12 rounds with an opponent that lost to Frank Martin. Well, what is that supposed to mean? Because Frank Martin and Harutyunyan, you know what I'm saying, they went neck and neck. If Frank Martin hadn't got if Harutyunyan hadn't took a knee in the 11th round, he would have won and beat Frank Martin. So Shakur did show that Harutyunyan was whatever level he said he was. Now, you coming on here is ignorant because you are the main one who said that Shakur Stevenson ain't stopping nobody. He's not a knockout artist. So if Shakur Stevenson is not a knockout artist and he can't stop nobody, why would you expect him to do anything more than what he did tonight? Make it make sense to me. Because he won every round. He beat up the dude. You said he a runner. He didn't run. But like I said, I'm not impressed with his performance because I expected him to get the knockout. But for the ones that were saying all he do is run and he ain't going to get the knockout, man, Nate Diaz just won, man. Fuck what y'all talking about. I'm turning this shit off. Bye. I'm gone. I'm gone. Yeah, man. I'm sick off this shit. Nate Diaz just won, and Shakur fucked me out of a parlay that would have got me $96,000. Yeah, man, I'm out.